the internet better, Clint.
All
Disappointing.
Right. Good timing. You went live right as you said that.
Perfect. You mean I'm chewing Clint out live? Yes. Never been done before. Just kidding.
Yeah, that's the first.
Oh, man. So that last one was 33 minutes.
I saw we had like 240 people on YouTube at one point. I can't see Facebook. Oh,
we have 500, Cam, total.
Well, we have JT here. What do you expect?
And now we're down to 31.
Oh.
Wah, wah, wah. Guys, we're sorry. There's just so many technical difficulties that we're dealing with right now.
In the age of Corona. That's where we're at.
I can get my pulled back up.
500 people.
What are you saying?
He's mumbling.
Mumbling. Where's these things at? Oh, this ain't it. That's why. What in the hell? All right, guys. We're trying to get logged back in here.
Oh, people are saying we're back.
Yeah, I think so. It looks like we got 89. So we got a super chat right out the gate from Michael Coleman. Thanks, Michael. Appreciate it, buddy.
We'll use that and buy some internet. Sorry, I'm an idiot.
You know what sucks, Clint, is the very first time we did this, remember, we had 0 issues, not one issue. And then every time we've done it since then, we've had problems. It's so weird.
Yeah. And the first one was on Wi-Fi the whole time.
Unbelievable. Well, we're getting you guys tuned back in here. I see we already got 111 of you. So once we get some more people back in here, we'll select that. We never selected that second prize pack, did we, Clint?
No.
The true holdouts are going to win because of that. So they'll be rewarded.
Yeah, I don't think we selected a winner for this. And before I lost you guys, I was letting everyone know that we have one more little prize pack that we're going to be giving away, and I have some old OG Fishing Addicts Northwest stickers that we're going to be picking some people to win here. These stickers you will never see again. We will never make these again. You're not going to have an opportunity to get these. So maybe if you're lucky, Cameron will sign one of them, and you guys can put it on your wall, plaque it.
Oh, that's great.
That's never happening.
Yeah, I see the Sharpie in your hand already.
There it is, ladies and
He
gentlemen.
only signs shirts with his face on it.
That's all right.
So keep dropping some comments, everyone tuning in. If you can do us a favor and kind of share this back out here again, and hopefully we do not lose the damn connection again.
I mean, but dude, honestly, it sucks, but this is, to be able to bring content out there, and it's just stuff we're going to have to deal with,
Absolutely.
Times. So they understand.
Another super chat from Dean. Thank you so much. He said, we are the 31 that love you guys. Thank you so much for jumping back in here, dude. And then we got another one. Michael Coleman, dude. He's always just chiming in with the super chats. Shout out to him, dude. We're going to have to.
Yes.
You know what, Michael Coleman? We're sending you one of these stickers, dude. We're sending you a sticker. I think we should make that a thing. Like, we should get some stickers made that are, like, super dope, exclusive to the YouTube live feed only. And every time someone super chats us, we're going to give them one of those stickers.
And Cameron will sign it.
Cameron will sign it. Unpopular opinion, Clint is essential, Michael says.
Very unpopular.
Oh, damn, dude. What do we got here? Corey dropped in with another super chat. Thank you for putting up with these technical difficulties to bring us these every week. And we got one from Nick. Thank you so much, Nick. We got one from Heath Bradley sending us $19.99. Tops off to pop off, he says.
There you go.
Hey.
And everyone, don't forget, don't spend all your money on us over here. We want you to head over to JT's website and take advantage of that 15% off code. We really, really appreciate you guys giving us those super chat. It means a lot to us. Thank you so much. But if you guys want to drop some dollars, head over to JT's site and take advantage of that. Clint's got it down the bottom of the screen. JT's got all. JT, do you got any new flashers? You got anything new on your site right now?
We've got the customs all over the place there, and I still can't figure out the camera here. Sorry, guys. Basically, the Sloppy Seconds and Twisted Sister are the new ones this year, and actually, let's go ahead and let's give away one of the Sloppy Seconds to the guys that are doing the super chats there. We're going to narrow it down. If you do at least $1 for the rest of this there, I'm going to have Marlon go through and at the end, or actually have Clint take a look and say, whoever did a super chat will give away. I'll send you one of these myself.
Awesome.
That's
awesome,
bad.
JT.
But
I like that color, JT.
That's the Sloppy Seconds.
this one's a Sloppy Seconds.
Oh boy.
Sloppy Seconds.
Come on. You're not gonna expect anything different from me, right?
No.
What's the other one? Can you put the other one up?
I don't have it in front of me. I'll go grab it in just a second, though.
Okay.
I was turning around. It's the pink version of it. Cam may have one. I think I may have sent him one. He's looking.
I only got this box with me.
That's
with
the same colors, though.
Super Series.
Yeah.
Oh, Phil says the Sloppy Seconds looks money. Another super chat. Dude, you guys are every week, every Wednesday, I swear, we're getting more and more super chats. So thank you guys. We appreciate it.
It's awesome.
We got another one right there from T-Man Chris. He says, I love Sloppy Seconds. We're going to YouTube's going to ban us off this live feed with all these names that we're talking about.
If you guys, just keep the names coming too. We're always looking for new stuff there. I've got 2 new flashers that were on the custom site that we're looking to name. So I'm watching the chat going on in the background. If something comes up in the back, you may be the big winner on that for naming it.
Hey, here's what we're going to do, actually. I still got 3 of these stickers. We gave one of the stickers already away to Michael Coleman. So, Michael, don't forget you won one of these Fishing Addicts Northwest OG stickers. So shoot us an email to orders@addicted.fishing. Let us know your address and let us know that you won one of those stickers. We'll get it shipped out to you. But we're going to pick someone else to win one of these stickers. And all you have to do is give JT some ideas for flasher names on his new customs that he's coming out with. Drop some comments. Let's see. Keep it somewhat PG. Don't be dropping like cuss bombs and weird random stuff in there. Keep it somewhat PG. But
All right.
Clint says a good name for a flasher would be Easy to Swallow.
Randy, you can go up to the box counter. Just make sure Cody's not there because he will.
That's right, dude. Get him a sticker. Whoever sent that one.
Donkey Puncher. I like the names coming in with the super chats. That's what I like to see.
I
Clint,
love
you want to
it.
draw a winner?
Can we just do this?
This is what happens when we have no fishing in our state. This is when it comes. This is where we go.
Hey, I want to just do this every Wednesday. Name JT's flashers, dude.
There's not enough whiskey going on, though. What's going on?
The Donkey Puncher, dude.
Clint, when you get a chance, please throw a winner up here for this Kokanee cut plug and this Godfather spinner.
All right, it's coming.
This
Hang
went
on.
sideways really fast, didn't it?
Yeah, a
Sorry.
couple things getting thrown out there.
Another super chat from Steve Irwin. Thank you, Steve. We appreciate it, man. Did I miss any other ones here? Josh McKinney. Thank you. You said the winner's coming up, Clint?
Yep, here it comes right now.
All right, Larry.
Oh, where are you?
Sorry,
guys?
I don't know how to pronounce your last name, buddy. I'm sorry. I don't know if it's sorry or Sari or. But Larry,
Larry's a good client of mine. I'm glad he won. Good job, Larry.
awesome, Larry. Well, you won yourself a Godfather and a Kokanee plug. Larry, don't forget. Make sure you shoot us an email. Orders@addicted.fishing. Include your address and exactly what you won, and we'll get that shipped out to you. And I still have one more sticker that I'm going to be giving away. Actually, 2. I still have 2 more stickers. I also have some 65-pound Tough Line Dominate and a couple Mustad Sink It jigs that we're going to be giving away. So stick with us. Don't leave us. Keep hanging out with us tonight.
You know how mad I am? I can't see the comments right now?
They're pretty epic.
I just look at Cameron. I just every look down, Cameron puts his head down, and I know exactly what's going on.
Pop off. Chris Barrow says that he met your brother out on the lake this past Saturday.
Yeah, my brother said he seen him out there. Right on, man. You probably thought it was me.
You and your brother look alike?
He had my old boat out there.
Oh,
so
nice.
It was still wrapped with my logos, so he took it out trout fishing.
Nice.
I guess they caught some nice trout out there.
Did he buy that boat from you?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so it went to a good place.
All right, JT, what else you got? Let's look. You got some of your other products. I want to see some of your other stuff that you make here and some of the things that you offer us. What's that, Cam?
So let's talk some leaders too. Like, let's talk some of the, JT gets a lot of input, with his products from a lot of guides across the Northwest. I'm sure he can shed some light, some tips, with some of the riggings and maybe some leader lengths and what to use behind some of these flashers or some good combos or something.
So actually, I was going to pick your guys' brain, but I kind of wanted to see what everybody thought to start with. But it's a lot of the times, I think what I'm looking at this Friday there, again, I said I was eating pro. I'm already thinking it's going to be a super series, the Chartreuse Hunter. I'm truly leaning towards a spinner. I hate to say it. I don't know if I want to gear up any bait just for an evening troll, but the Big O with the green, a little bit of a pink hoochie there. I'm going to go with about a 24-inch leader off the back of it there. I don't want to get too close, a little bit slower movement on there. As you get it shorter down to the 18s, maybe a little bit too much movement there. I still don't trust the temperature. Again, I am a bait fisherman there, but just too many pictures seeing the spinners right now. So I am going to drop a couple of these down. So that's probably 24-inch bumper, super series, and then 24 out the back to a spinner is what I'm going for. I'm getting a nod from Nick, so I'm actually feeling better about that. I'm getting an okay idea on that.
Well, I think I think a lot of it is so based on conditions. I think when Cam was kind of talking about that, but conditions is everything. Everyone's saying like, oh, people are catching them on spinners. Well, this is a rare situation we have to have this low of water conditions with this, clarity of water visibility, which I think is favoring that super series fishery. And so it's not so much a water temperature thing. I truly believe that if a fish can see it and it's presented properly, a fish will eat it. You know what I mean? Especially a biter. We see some of these fish in the channel and then in the Willamette, with 4 or 5 herring heads in their bellies and, people's cut plugs they were throwing away. And so I truly, they're pretty aggressive fish. And I think that we have the conditions right now to fish the super series. And so you're going to see success on both ends of it. You're going to see success from the triangle and bait fishery, and you're going to see success from the super series. I don't think there's a right or a wrong way to go right now. I think you could pretty much, pick and choose what you want to fish, and I think you're going to have success no matter which way you turn.
I agree. And actually, you hit a kind of a point on there too. The fish that we've caught that do have the herring in their belly, multiple times we've actually gotten to the end of it, maybe only took a couple of herring out. If you use the heads behind a 360 and you can get them to spin, that actually works pretty darn well too. Is if you see, like you said, you see them in the bellies there, it's still meat. Go ahead and use it. It jumps around pretty darn good behind the 360s.
I've never heard of that before.
Lies.
Once or twice.
Lies.
I was just going to say.
I tried to.
Sorry, I wasn't supposed to say that.
No, man, but that just goes to show, like, presenting things properly and fishing things effectively it's a huge difference in your success. I do believe if something is presented properly at the right speed and the right depth, you're going to get a bite. It doesn't matter if it's a herring head, a herring, or a spinner. I think if you put it in the presentation properly, and I think that's the key,
So how do you fish a head?
If you put the hook off to the side, as long as it's off-centered, it will spin like a drill bit. It's so the spinners, if you run basically 2-finger split between your hooks on the spacings of it there, I don't know if you can see this, but if it's tight you can actually get a herring head in between the two of those without the hoochie on top of it, and run the head just off centered a little bit there. It'll spin just like a cut plug.
Pop-Off's sitting there like, yep, I do that all the time. Shut up, JT.
Sorry.
You just lost Pop-Off. No, man, you still got to fish. No matter what you're fishing, you got to fish it properly. And I think this, what we do on Wednesdays is try to teach people and show them how to be successful. And I think you're right with, like I said, it doesn't matter what you're fishing. If you fish it properly, there's big success to follow.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think
I see we got a couple super chats that we missed a little bit. What do you got there? Hold on. We might need to look at that. We got one from Mark. He says, name the flasher Slammin' Salmon. And then we got another super chat from Russ Woods. Thank you so much, Russ. He says, glad you're back online, moving to Washington in July. He already got a new boat. He's been watching Addicted and basically learning a bunch from Addicted. So thank you so much, Russ. We appreciate it. We'll be proud to have you out here in Washington. You'll have some fun times fishing as long as it's open.
That's all right.
Register your boat in Oregon, Russ. Don't be crazy. That way you can fish with the rest of us.
Don't change your residency. I missed the beginning, Cam. What's the update on Washington? Have we heard anything as far as what's going on, or is it no news?
You missed kind of the start of it, but there's probably a bunch of people that tuned in afterwards. No, there's been some meetings and some discussions, but like I said, I think what's going to end up rolling out is that if there's not an opener like on May 4th, then I think there's going to be a coming together of the outdoorsmen on May 5th up at the Capitol. I think you're going to see a lot of that here pretty soon. Just because even if the stay-at-home order or the stay home, stay healthy order continues in Washington, which a lot of people just kind of think, politics aside, that could happen. I think there's a lot of outdoorsmen that think otherwise. Let's just say that.
Right.
So, a lot of talk right now, I guess.
Got to crawl before you walk.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna not talk anymore on it because I was already getting way too heated the last time.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna not say anything else on it. But I can tell you one thing, that if it doesn't happen like Cam just said, and May 4th or 5th rolls around and we're not fishing again, then I am gonna get real vocal. I'm gonna get real loud.
Well, I think the idea to get a little vocal before that, and basically it's either we're going to be fishing on the 5th or we're going to be on Inslee Steps on the 5th, and there's going to be a whole lot of us.
All of us fishermen need to honestly realize, I mean, yeah, this is Washington, and if you're in Oregon, it can happen just as easily here, and our voice is more important now than ever, and I think fishermen are starting to realize, like, these things can be taken away from us, and these things, without our voice and without people showing up and standing up and fighting for our sport, it can be taken away. And I don't want to see that, and I know none of you guys do. So we need your voice, and I think it's important.
And that's a great point, Nick, too. If they're doing the tri-state where they're trying to make a decision for 3 states in a row, there's no reason why this wouldn't run right down the coast. So we all, even though if you're not in Washington, you need to be part of the solution. Be boisterous about it. Stick up for your other outdoorsmen.
Yeah, I mean the guys we fish side by side with on the bank or in the river where you fish, a lot of those guys are from Washington, and same vice versa. So I mean,
it's funny. I saw a little bit of animosity between Washington and Oregon anglers as all that stuff was happening, and it kind of frustrated me because I was, I would never come out and say like, don't come fish. What if Oregon closed and Washington was the only thing open? We need to stick together.
I think anybody this day and age could have, I mean, those shoes could have dropped any of those other ways. I mean, no question. And I mean, especially with some of the governors, and let's just be honest, like, the West Coast isn't necessarily a pro-outdoorsman agenda, if you get my drift, for the powers that be. And I don't want to get that political, but I feel like everyone's still kind of in the same boat. And JT, you brought up that whole, tri-state agreement thing. Well, then why the hell aren't we fishing?
And that's
Well,
that's the fear is that we don't follow suit with Washington. So it's
Well,
in Oregon and California's best interest to say, hey, let's get Washington back on, even if it's restricted to say 3 people in the boat. That way you can't have social distancing. It still gives you the opportunity to go out.
yeah, and
I can see a lot.
Super important that us Oregon, with us being open, it's imperative that we set the example and set the standard and really do pay attention to the social distancing stuff and not overcrowding boat ramps. And if we are at the boat ramps near people, I mean, we need to pay attention. They are watching this stuff. And, Oregon is being closely monitored and at boat ramps and to see how we're reacting. And it's super important because they close us down and that's it. I mean, how do you get it back after that? I mean, it's going to be, we're in for a serious fight. So I think that the ball's in everyone's court at this point, and hopefully we can get something turned around.
Yeah. In our situation, it all starts at the top now. I think it's kind of out of the WFW's hands, and it's, I think they're doing everything behind the scenes and planning for a May 4th opener, but I think there's a lot of sportsmen that think that could get pushed back, and if it does get pushed back and there's no easing of those restrictions, so are we. So it's definitely quite a time to be in.
Well, to Nick's point, too, you need to be careful because it's not going to be just the outdoorsmen that are going to be using these ramps. It's the wakeboarders, it's the jet skiers. So if you see the ramp starting to get plugged up, maybe wait for a second. Wait for somebody to clear that ramp before you pull your boat down. I agree. I think we are being watched. So you need to just take that extra second to say, look, I'm going to wait. That way it's not too many people in the same point. That way it doesn't get closed down. It shows that we can be responsible and get through.
Well, I think also, JT, and I think a lot of Oregon fishermen would agree, there's some areas that are very, very popular for springers, and I'm still seeing pictures of boats like right next to each other, like lots and lots of boats. And I think as anglers, we just need to be like, well, if there's that many people there, I should probably go fish somewhere else. Like, is this a responsible thing to do right now? I mean, there's other areas on the river to go try to catch fish.
Yeah. Be thankful you're fishing right now because you might not be.
That's exactly it.
That's the outcome. If we publicize this and everybody, I mean, they have the news channels down at different boat ramps in the Portland metro area recently, and trust me, the news didn't do a good job of showing social distancing. I mean, granted, most people were, but all it takes is a couple of bad little media responses, and next thing you know, Oregon shut down in California, and now we got to fight to get every state back. So it's important. We need to pay attention to this stuff and be responsible and try to do the best we can to follow along with it.
Yeah. Well, let's move on back to springers again. We got on a little bit more of a depressing subject there, and I hate it. So, Clint, let's pick a couple winners for these last 2 stickers that I had. We had a lot of people chime in on different flash names. So if you could pick a couple winners, we're gonna randomly select a couple people to get these little stickers right here. And these are one-offs. I only have like 10 more of these left in existence. We will never make these again. We're going to start doing a lot more of that stuff where we have just one-off apparel, one-off stickers, kind of limited edition drops that we're not going to bring back ever again. So who do we got, Clint? Let's pick 2 winners. So throw one up, Clint, and then throw another one. There's the first one, I think, right, Clint?
Yep.
Mark McGibbon. Mark McGibbon, he says, Clint Baskins killed the live feed. Clark McGibbon, you won yourself one of the OG Fishing Addicts Northwest stickers. Thanks so much for tuning in and commenting and hanging out with us, buddy. We got one more coming, I think, right, Clint?
There you go.
And there we go. Kevin Morgan, he says, you're back. Kevin Morgan, you won yourself one of the OG Fishing Addicts Northwest stickers. Again, everyone, if you guys want opportunities to win these prizes when we're tuning in, just make sure you're dropping comments. Make sure you're engaging, hanging out, thumbs up, and sharing the videos out there. And Clint just randomly selects people from the comments. So Tony Utton says, morning bonkin' with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Tony. So one thing I think we could get talking about here, just because I'd like to get all your guys' perspectives on it. Me and Swanson went out and filmed before everything kind of closed down. We were filming some Springer tutorials out on the Willamette. And one subject that we covered that we just kind of had a discussion piece on was like bait versus spinners versus prawn spinners versus super baits, and when to be fishing each one of those and why. And Swanson, he kind of dictated it off water temperature mostly. So Nick, let's get your opinion first on like what you would do and when you would be fishing those different things, and then we can ask Cam and JT kind of if they're in alignment or if they're thinking something different.
Yeah, so basically for me, I for those of you that know me, I'm a diehard herring fisherman. Been doing it forever, and it's something I'm passionate about. I enjoy doing. So I usually start herring fishing everything straight across the board. And then as the water temperature, I'm a water temperature guy as well. Usually once I hit about 58 to 60 degrees, I start to transition into spinners behind triangle flashers. So I'll add, I'll have 4 herring rods and a spinner rod out the back, or, 2 herring rods and 2 spinner rods, or whatever. I usually always run herring on my bow rod, so it's not really fair to the spinner rods, but I start to mix that in right around 58, 60 degree water temps. And then as that water temperature starts to climb and I start to see, my spinner rod start to get getting bit more and more. As that water temperature climbs, I start to switch over to almost everything into the Super Series and that 64, 65 degree water temperatures. And it's crazy. I mean, I'll even run 4 herring rods and a Super Series out the back. And a lot of people think you can't fish them together, but you absolutely can. I do it quite often. And that works as well too. So I kind of use my independent rods as kind of an indicator of what's going on. And if the fish are starting to transition away from bait and more towards hardware, and I let the fish tell me what I'm going to do. But I always start out fishing herring. I mean, and this is a weird year too, with this closure and where we're at right now, we've never really seen the water, like me and Cam were saying, really like this. This isn't like a normal springtime fishery. I mean, this is like summertime lows in the Willamette right now. So, it's like fishing it in the fall, or real similar. And so you're able to do and be a little more versatile right now than you would be on a normal spring Chinook year when you got high, muddy water, cold water temperatures. And I think in those scenarios, bait's going to be much more effective. But this year, I think you're going to be able to see the diversity between. You'll see guys out there getting them on 363 or the Super Series and spinners, and you're going to see guys out there getting them on herring. So it's kind of like pick your poison and fish what you're confident in, and I think that's going to be your most productive method, is to fish what you're confident in fishing.
Absolutely. That's kind of exactly what JT said when he was talking about, was the same thing, fishing confident. But Cam, what do you think? Are you doing basically the same thing or what?
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's been kind of the common knowledge, like when the water's a bit colder. I mean, out in the ocean, those fish are swimming around, 40 and 50 degree water, down deep, all that good stuff. So they trigger the bait real well. But now, if you get in situations where you have like real heavy tidal speeds and you have stuff like that, sometimes the 360 can be a little tougher to fish, but it still can be effective. So like I'll switch back to triangles or something that's dragging a little less, especially if I got real aggressive like cross currents like out the coast. But ultimately, like I said, temperature aside, if a fish can see something, if a fish can see a Super Series flasher working from a distance away, like he's coming. You know what I mean? When you have like slack tides on the Columbia, like the fish that we were picking up before the closure, like he was nowhere near the bottom. Like nowhere near the bottom. I mean, quite a ways off. And so like I think you have to use triangles when the current's up and the fish are going to be belly in the sand. But after that, if you have visibility, like I don't know a spot where 360s aren't as effective, or if not more effective, with whatever you throw behind it. And I guess
right.
that make any sense? Like
yeah.
a lot of like that.
It does. That was something I didn't touch on as well. I mean, and current will depict a lot of what you fish for your scenario. On a big outgoing tide, I mean, even on the Willamette and stuff, you're moving. And those Super Series flashers do become a little more tricky to fish. You got to be real good on your motor, or you're not fishing them effectively. So that's going to be another deciding factor for sure.
Yeah, and it's not that they're impossible to fish, but I just don't think you're like as effective, right? I mean, we're always trying to figure out like what's the best way to catch them at this time of tide, at this water clarity, at this water temperature, and it's like I said, across those boards, whether it's early springer fishing, late springer fishing, like where we're up kind of at some of these tributary mouths in May, and you have good visibility, and you got water temperatures up to all the way to where it's like 73 degrees in the Columbia River fall.
Yeah.
360 fishing.
This is definitely an odd year. I think Nick hit it though. There's not a big snowpack on there. That you've got great clarity. Not a ton of runoff there, so your currents aren't pushing around. I think that's why you're seeing the earlier push over to the hardware versus the herring on a normal year. This date wise, it's not normal.
Not that I know from experience, because we can't fish in Washington or whatever, but I would say if there was ever a year you're going to see like 360 hardware fishing like just excel, this to me, no brainer.
Yeah. I guess you can always do the hybrid. You can put a herring behind a 362 and cover both bases.
Never been done before.
Never been done.
Ever.
Did we lose Marlon there?
No, I'm sorry. I'm actually doing work right now. Terribly enough. I was texting someone back. I needed to.
You're like Cameron on a podcast, dude.
I know, right? Just completely ignoring. Well, it's starting to get dark on me too here, so I was thinking, man, should I go plug in my lights, or what should I do there? I do have one more prize pack that we're going to give away here before the night's over. I have a spool of 65-pound Dominate 300 yards, and I got a couple of the Mustad Sink It jigs in 1/4 ounce. Some Dominate from Tough Line. Some Sink It's. So just keep dropping some comments. We're gonna have Clint randomly select someone before this feed's over. I think we're gonna probably start wrapping it up here pretty quick. But JT, do you have some more of your other products we can show people here? That's what we were gonna do before we lost that other feed. I wanted to show. I know you got some spreaders and some things like that. Let's maybe show some people some of that stuff and talk about it.
So we have what's called the slide locks, which line passes through, lead goes to the bottom. But the biggest part is the adapter where it grabs a hold of your the swivels, so it doesn't travel the line twist up there, which is indicative of the 360 flashers there. It just absolutely stops any line twist right there as the swivel goes inside of it there. We also have the bumpers that go in front of both your flashers.
The stiffies.
The Stiffy. See, you couldn't let a name like that get away.
The short bus Stiffies. So Cam, talk about those things, because I know you make
Cam.
some of your
Let's
own.
Talk about Stiffies.
Yeah, Cam, talk about Stiffies, please. Well, I know, Cam, you've been making your own for quite a while. Talk about just the advantages of those. Me and Swanson also covered that a little bit in that video series, which if you guys want to see some more in-depth of that stuff, we have a whole bunch of Springer tutorials coming out on the YouTube channel, so make sure you check it out.
It's just, you talk about like that efficiency, every day, Dick and I go out, we get dealt a hand of cards, whether or not like we've got experienced people or beginners, and so sometimes just being able to run that heavier mono bumper, just to where like if you tangle, it's easier to clean up. It adds a little bit of rigidity to that, so hopefully you're going to tangle less just to begin with. And if you do have to retie, like you can untangle the leader, you can torch the leader, but you can keep the bumper on, and it doesn't, because you're gonna want to replace the leader because, well, it's the leader, right? But if you have a bumper that's, what pound do you make those out of, JT? 150, 200? 200, yeah. So like at the end of the day, like that 200 is not, you can tangle that all you want, it ain't ever gonna break. And so it's kind of nice to be able to have that basically work. If it gets tangled, you're never gonna worry about that breaking. So just being efficient.
It's nice to know what line to cut if you do tangle up too. It's a very easy visual thing. You can clip your leaders off on the backside, retie quickly. You're not clipping every single line, just trying to figure out what's going on. So that's the biggest advantage on my boat, at least.
And when you're fishing in areas that are super snaggy, like I do, you get hung up, you break your leader, you don't lose your flasher. I mean, that's a big part of why I run those is to protect myself from losing your expensive flasher. The last thing you want to do is dump $20 in the river every time you lose the setup, right? So that kind of gives you some protection, some good braided line, a good stiffy.
So I saw you got that question coming up. Pop off. What's your favorite bumper length for triangle, and what's your favorite bumper length for 360? And then Cam and JT, if you guys want to answer that too.
So I run a bunch of different stuff. I don't stick to one length.
He's mumbling, so he's lying, and he doesn't want to tell you guys.
No, can you hear me? No. So I run different lengths. Probably my most common length for a herring, like with a herring, I'm going to run it a little bit longer because I like to get my flasher away from my gear. So I run about 26 inches for my herring length. But on my 360s, I run two lengths. I run 24s and 18s. And I'll split them up between my rods, and I let the fish tell me which one they're biting. Because some days, I don't care what anyone says, an 18-inch bumper works better than a 24-inch bumper, and vice versa. There's days where that 24-inch bumper is going to be, for whatever reason, whether it slows the flasher down or speeds it up, it makes a difference. So I play with both of them, and I let the fish tell me what's best for me.
What about you, JT?
I do with the triangles. I'm an 18-inch person on that one there. I don't fish with I'm not as professional as these guys here. So the longer the leader, the longer the bumper and the leaders, the fish just gets away too easy. So I shorten it up as much as possible. So with the triangle, it's 18-inch. It's tighter. The 360s, I stick with a 24-inch, and then I start manipulating my leader from the back to the bait or the hardware to get the extra movement that I need. But I go as tight as I can. Just it's easier for everybody to control the fish as long as you don't overextend everything.
Yeah, some of the best herring fishermen I know run an 18-inch bumper, period. And there's guys that run it straight up, right to their connector too. So it's what you're confident in and what you feel you can fish effectively. Yeah.
But that said, though, there are some fisheries where, especially right at the jaws, where you can run a 5-foot leader there, where you don't. The shorter the leader there, you'll see the bait jumping up and down, and the idea with the longer leader is that you don't get the movement there. It's more of a natural presentation in there. So if you're in a 3-4 foot swells, longer leaders there will keep your bait, keep your flasher in the same position versus getting jerked up and down. So I guess the answer is also where are you fishing and where you're talking about.
Right.
Absolutely. Cam, what do you don't want to talk about it? You're being secretive?
No. I mean, like, it's funny because, like, what Nick was saying is as far as letting the fish tell you what to do, but it's like I'm kind of set on a couple lengths that it seems like on good days they work really good, and on bad days they work really good. So, generally, I'd say probably 2 foot or a little less for the bumpers, and then I do play with like my leader length. Like I find a little more success with adjusting. Whether I'm running at like a 20-inch leader length for a spinner or like a 30-inch. Like I've seen that kind of does it for me. But my bumper lengths, I stay pretty consistent. So
I would say that too. I would say that I think that you're more effective moving your presentation than you are moving your flasher. I would say that is 100%.
You want to change something up or make something happen. The fish are shying away. They're not as aggressive. I don't know, for whatever damn, or they need a little more speed on the spinner to get them to fire on it. Like it does seem like if I change stuff first, I'm changing that spinner, that leader length. Anything from 18 inches up to like 34, 36 inches.
Right. Yep.
But let the fish tell you, like you said.
Yeah, and same thing with your herring. Like. It all depends on water clarity and stuff. If you don't have much water, if the water's pretty murky, I'm going to go to a shorter, 3.5 foot leader. The water's got good clarity, I'm going to stretch it out to 5 feet, and so it's conditions based and no matter what the scenario is.
Awesome. Well, that was some That was some great insight, I think, guys. That was some great insight.
Live fishing here real soon. Very soon.
Some what fishing?
Some live fishing. So
I know.
Usually we do this in studio or we get out in the water. We need to start thinking about that pretty soon.
Dude, you know what we should do too when we film it live, just to maintain social distancing? If you hook a fish, you have to net it yourself.
Okay.
That would totally make for a good movie. Yeah. All right, guys, it's getting dark on me, so Clint, let's pick this last winner here for this Dominate before we end things out. And then one last time, I wanted to let everyone know, as soon as this feed ends, make sure you guys head over to Shortbus's website, shortbusflashers.com. Use that code ADX. A is in apple, D is in damn, X is in x-ray. 15. Use that code over on JT's website. Go head over, stock up on some flashers, get yourself some stiffies.
Little stiffies.
Big stiffies.
Big stiffies.
Oh, boy.
And then don't forget, too, you guys can always send him an email if you got some cool flasher colors or some ideas of things that you want to do. Go over to his website, shoot JT an email, and he can cook up some things for you. He's also been known to just give you some random ideas of his own that he has cooking around.
If you see the boat out there, say hi there. My wife loves to play flasher ferry. She'll drop them off the back of the boat. So that's pretty common too. So wave if you see me out there.
Awesome.
Why don't you drop some in my mailbox?
Clint, is that the winner right there? Richard Olivers, you won yourself some Tough Line Dominate. He said that's a stiffy for you. Won yourself some Dominate. Clint, I forgot as well, we still had to pick that flasher winner off of the super chats. I don't know how you're going to do that. So hopefully you have a random name selector or something you can do to drop those super chats in. So we're going to pick that one last winner for that flasher. Clint's going to figure out a way to randomly select that. And then we're going to call it a night, guys and gals out there.
I want to thank you guys so much for the support too. This is our 10th year. So like you said, we've been with Addicted for quite a while there. I really appreciate it there. It's been great working with you guys.
Yeah, dude. Thanks, JT, for the support. We appreciate it. And that's crazy. It's you've been your 10th year, and it's same with us. We started in 2009, so we're going on the same thing. And JT, like I told you guys from the beginning, he's been supporting Addicted from the very beginning. A perfect example, I'll just tell you guys a story. So when we were doing our first movie, Addicted Alaska, which has absolutely nothing to do with flashers, I texted JT and said, "Hey, JT, we're doing this movie. Love your support on it." Without even hesitating, he said, "Absolutely, I'll support you guys on it. What do you need?" And so that's just been JT's personality with Addicted from the beginning. And so go support him, addicts. Head over to his website, use that code, go hook JT up. And there's your winner from the super chats, Phil Hildebrand. He said sloppy seconds looks money. So Phil, shoot us that email over to orders@addicted.fishing, and we will get that contact information over to JT so he can get you that free flasher.
Yep. Thanks, Phil.
Cam, Popoff, you guys got anything else to say? I appreciate everyone tuning in with us. We'll be back again next week, every Wednesday. Even with our technical difficulties, no matter what, we're going to be here.
Yeah, just thank you for tuning in and hanging out with us and putting up with the technical issues and stuff, man. It's a time we all need to kind of band together and be sportsmen and advocates of our industry and kind of stand up for one another in our little, multi-state area here. And hopefully we get you guys' waters open back up. And if not, I'll be up there fighting with you.
Yeah, I want to just thank JT. The reason why, one of the big reasons why we do partner with you, because you're a nice guy, because you support addicts, because you make some killer gear, and we catch a lot of fish with it. And I just want to make one shout out to Mark Hampton. Yes, I can help you with that. Message me on Facebook Messenger, and I'll help you with your boat pick out, bud. So we'll get you on that too. But I want to thank JT again. I can't wait to where one day we get to use his products again. But that's
coming soon.
All right.
All right, JT, thanks for tuning in, man. We appreciate it. Thanks for coming with us. We appreciate it. Everyone, we'll see you next week.
See you on the water.
Yeah.